Welcome to the Tuesday edition of Take 5 for Torah. Today is May 20th, and Tuesday we learn a chapter of Sefer Shmuel, and today's chapter is chapter 4. In chapter 4, the wicked sons of Eli, Hophni and Pinchas, are facing a mortal threat from the Philistines, but they feel that they have a secret weapon. They take the Aron out of the Holy of Holies and take it with them to battle. When the Philistines heard this, they were frightened, and they said that we feel we cannot face up to this threat, but we'll be strong, we'll try to do so, and they didn't realize that in the face of the evil of the sons of Eli, the Aron, the Holy Ark, is nothing but a box of wood and gold. Remember, there's a film called Raiders of the Lost Ark, which famously speaks of the immense power of this ark. And they actually have pictures in the beginning of the film about the beginning of the book of Sefer Shmuel, our chapter. And the Philistines were so surprised to realize that this ark had no power whatsoever. And they gleefully captured it, not just for its value in gold, then they would have melted it down. But they felt, chas v'shalom, but they felt that by stealing this Aron, they finally conquered and destroyed the God of these Israelites. This is the mindset of the pagan. And it was actually the mindset of Bnei Yisrael in the desert. When they felt that they could imbue into a golden calf the holiness of God. They didn't think that this calf they just made with their own hands just took them out of Egypt. When they said, Eila Elohecha Yisrael asher halucha me'eretz Mitzrayim, these are the gods that just took us out of Egypt, that they said that this represents the God that wants to walk in the shadows. This represents the God that chooses not to be seen and not to be depicted. Rashi says that actually it was the Erev Rav, the mixed multitude that joined us from the Egyptians, because they said, Eila Elohecha Yisrael. The Egyptians that wanted to join us and convert to Judaism, they convinced us, how can you relate to this God if you can't see him? Let's make something in the absence of Moshe, who until now was your conduit to God. Moshe, after all, Kizem Moshe Ha'ish. Moshe is just a man. He's going to die one day. So let's make something that we can have permanently, we can give to our children, to which we can relate to this great God who just humbled the Egyptians. And the Israelites bought into it. And when Moshe saw this, he, according to the Meshech Chochmah, with cool calmness and collection of his thoughts, unlike the Ramban who says that Moshe reacted uncontrollably, unlike Rashbam who says that Moshe acted by accident when he dropped the luchos. The Meshech Chochmah says that Moshe, cool collection, took the luchos which God himself had made. You can see them above. With God himself made, and he threw them down before the people to let them know that even these two tablets, made with the hand of God, Chazal say they were made of sapphire, is not imbued with holiness. It's only holy if you observe them, if you follow them. In the absence of your observance, then these tablets are just stone, and they deserve to be broken. This is what Moshe was teaching his people by breaking the luchos right before them. You cannot inject into anything inherent holiness. This ark is only holy. The tefillin is only holy. The Torah behind me is only holy if we observe them and we behave in a holy manner. Otherwise, they're just parchment. They're just leather. The leather that goes into making a pair of shoes could have been made into a pair of tefillin. The leather that made a pair of tefillin could have been made into a pair of shoes. It's a question of the holiness in which we imbue these things. Then the Aron has incredible power. The Torah, the tefillin has incredible power, transformative power. And that's the lesson that the poor sons of Eli, Hophni, and Pinchas, failed to teach, and they were both killed in battle. Pinchas' wife gave birth and named her child Ikavod because Israel was losing its honor, and she died in childbirth. And this young son of Pinchas grew up without parents, but he did grow later to be the high priest and ushered in a time where Shmuel would bring back the kingdom of Israel and crown 2 kings, as we spoke about earlier in chapter 2. And that is a recap of chapter 4 of Sefer Shmuel for this Tuesday edition of Take 5 for Torah.